I have been a dreamer since childhood, always drawn towards impossibilities. I was into reading, which fueled my imagination. One of my favorite stories was Aladdin and the Genie. I never understood why I was so fascinated with the genie, perhaps as I was inclined towards chasing impossibilities. As I grew up to be a marketer, in the ever changing world of technology, I came to accept that change is inevitable and will constantly throw surprises and challenges. And we have to find innovative ways to flip change to our advantage swiftly. The electricity, the personal computer, and the internet. Throughout history, technology has been instrumental in human evolution. Whether used to create or destroy, they have always been under the human eye, behaving in a predictable manner. However, as we move ahead, this assumption is unraveling. Today, like in the story of Aladdin and the genie, we have a new genie in our world of technology called generative AI, which I will call GenAI throughout my speech. So, what is GenAI? A simpler explanation or definition from Google Cloud says that GenAI refers to the use of artificial intelligence to produce new text, image, content, music, audio, or video. It's a type of AI that learns patterns from training data and is able to create new and unique outputs with the same statistical properties. It's type of deep learning that can have a wide range of applications in terms of outputs like music, audio, video. The new generation of Gen AI systems are no longer merely our tools. In fact, in my opinion, they are becoming actors in and of themselves, participants in our lives, behaving autonomously, taking consequential decisions, and shaping business outcomes. Sometimes our colleagues, sometimes our competitors, sometimes our employees, I believe they are truly embedding themselves in our lives step by step towards ubiquity. Man can believe the impossible, but man can never believe the improbable, are the words of Oscar Wilde. We all know what's impossible, but what's improbability? If you open Oxford Dictionary, it's defined as not likely to be true or to happen. With GenAI, I as a marketer believe that what's improbable will not just become possible and believable, but also achievable and profitable. But how? GenAI enables businesses to have faster time to market and disrupt and commoditize, saving significant amount of human time, labor, and creativity. Not only that, GenAI can empower businesses to create competitive advantage, make brands rethink their strategies, and find new ways of adding value to the customer. A Harvard Business Review article says that with time, paying for GenAI capabilities will become similar to buying cloud computing services, with prices constantly falling and security increasing. Let's take an exceptional example. Last year, ChatGPT, an output of GenAI, which disrupted the entire business writing scene in the world by reaching 1 million users in just 5 days. Isn't it phenomenal, exciting, like a genie out of the lamp? While artificial intelligence has been around for many years, GenAI has emerged as an extraordinary business tech trend in the world today. While many consulting companies like McKinsey associate it with productivity, I, as a marketer, believe it has many more improbabilities to offer. Let's look at these improbabilities as magical wishes, the 3 magical wishes for the genie to fulfill, for the GenAI genie to fulfill. In my view, there are 3 potential areas where GenAI can make a lot of difference: customer centricity, creativity with innovation, and enhancing cognitive productivity. Let's elaborate on the first wish. Customer has always been the king. But with the genie, you can be what you want to the king. You can be a jester, making him laugh. You could be a minister, giving key advice. You could be a musician, entertaining the king. Any guesses what I'm referring to here? Personalization, being what you want to the customer, or customization as per customer specific needs. We can use publicly available tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney to use these services of GenAI. Businesses, however, can also create their own customized GenAI tools using the data and the know-how they have gathered over the years, and leveraging open source models or large language models like Anthropic and Cohere. What are large language models? To explain them simply, they are like smart computer programs. Think of them as super intelligent assistants or smart robots who have understood and gathered so much of information about human language that not only they can understand what you say or write to them, they can even create their own sentences and responses for you. Let's look at an example of customer centricity. Spotify. Spotify is trying to experiment in the area of bridging language barriers and offering and catering to different markets by leveraging AI-driven voice translation of select podcast, where the original podcaster's voice is retained. Another interesting example of customer centricity is character AI, where users are able to interact with AI-generated chatbots referring to historical or fictional characters. This is in the promising area of persona-based chatbots for specific customer segments. Meta also offers a similar kind of specified, customized AI-based chatbots on their flagship platforms for various brands to craft their own versions. Now let's move on from customer centricity to creativity, because what makes Genie a genie? It's the magical power of Genie. That's creativity, the second wish for the Genie to fulfill. Marketing leaders, by leveraging GenAI for speed and creativity, must leverage creativity in its biggest form. While users debate that if machines can be creative or not, in my opinion, AI-generated outputs can be deemed creative. However, the great potential of AI in creativity lies in augmenting human creators. GenAI can be a capable co-pilot for sales and marketing leaders to expand their thinking and develop new ideas. A good example of creativity, or how marketers can reimagine creativity with GenAI, is Coca-Cola's Masterpiece campaign, where paintings from historical figures and artists were brought to life. Another interesting example of creativity is the GenAI campaign from Virgin Voyages, where an AI version of Jennifer Lopez was inviting customers on board. All the consumers not only got a chance to create their own custom invitations with the GenAI robot, they could also share it among each other, which led to a 150% higher customer engagement rate than the previous campaign. The first two wishes were around the customers. Now we want the third wish, which is from a producer's or a worker's perspective, enhancing cognitive productivity. As the role of GenAI grows, I believe it has great impact in boosting productivity, giving us more time to use our judgment, emotional intelligence, and complex decision-making. GenAI can be useful in three major ways: boosting productivity by automating structured tasks, enhancing cognitive productivity for more time for unstructured tasks, and improving the learning process of our job. And coming up with another example for cognitive productivity, lawyers at Alvin and Harvey use an AI system which can locate and access case files easily and also draft simpler contracts, which gives them more time to spend on complex legal issues and advising clients. Marketing is supposed to be one of the highest impacted functions from GenAI. And a Boston Consulting Group survey of chief marketing officers mentioned that two-thirds of the respondents feel that they are investigating generative AI for personalization, which was the first wish we spoke of. But before we conclude, let's not rub the magic lamp the wrong way. Use it with caution. The genie may have its limitations too. Let's get to know them. GenAI, while revolutionary, can and does produce errors or incorrect results, which are referred to as hallucinations in the technology world. So what are AI hallucinations? These can be defined as incorrect outputs created by GenAI models, and this happens due to main three reasons: incorrect training data, incorrect assumptions on the data, and biases in the data. So how do we tackle AI hallucinations? It is recommended to have robust quality control and checking mechanisms in place. A system of vigilance can protect the technology and the brand that it serves by not having errors and biases in the data. Another issue that comes up with GenAI is that sometimes it can lead or rather mislead to legal or ethical issues. One such examples are deepfakes, which are images or videos that are created by GenAI and purport to be realistic while they're actually not. Such cases have emerged in media, entertainment, and politics. Until there are established data protection GenAI solutions, it would be prudent to take all inputs and outputs as public domain while using GenAI. Be proactive in establishing policies to protect customer and company data. To conclude, in the light of capabilities and caution, I recommend all marketers to use GenAI with the vigilant test and learn approach. The promise of and potential of GenAI, while riding high on customer centricity and creativity, can work like magic if you know which tool to use, if you know which genie will help you achieve your specific purpose. Now that you know the powers of the genie, the wishes of the genie, and the limitations of the genie, I highly recommend go find your genie. Go find your genie, explore the magic of GenAI. With this magical wish, I end my talk. Thank you.